Welcome to Metal Rules, where
TV.
Metal Rules TV, where the playground meets the underground.
Come on now.
I'm sorry, I'm eating pizza.
How long have you known him? How long have you known me? What's the tagline?
I don't know. I'm bad at this. I'm nervous.
Help him out.
Well, he was right, just wrong.
Metal. Shit. Next.
Pineapple.
Protoplasm.
You know it.
Welcome to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground.
Thank you.
That's kind of what I said.
Yeah, I've had that tagline for 17 years now. The entire time you've known me. Come on now.
I'm distracted by pizza. I'm sorry.
I'm Jeff Rappaport.
I'm your co-host, Matt Givens.
I'm Ed Long, minus the beard.
I'm
Devil
Hugh Cronin.
You're Cronin. Get back in your cocoon.
Oh man. I'm Kevin.
Just Kevin.
Just Kevin.
He can't remember that either.
Red Bull Kevin.
Yeah. All right, so in the news, Last Chance to Reason are releasing their third album, Level 3, on August 6th on Prosthetic Records. By the way, do you know that they owe me $400? Prosthetic Records? Yeah.
Do tell.
Why is that?
Because they don't pay their bills.
Yeah, because a long time ago, yep, back to Metal Rules magazine, they took out a Lamb of God ad and never paid me for it.
But I mean, Lamb of
I
God
had
hasn't made
forgotten.
any money though.
Yeah,
You
Lamb
know,
of God,
it's
they never recouped their money back.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they had to pay Pantera all their royalties for.
Don't say that. I'm still trying to get my $400.
Okay.
You love them.
So, what's the name of the band again?
Last Chance to Reason.
And so their first two albums are called Level 1 and Level 2?
I think so.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
But it doesn't necessarily mean it's the case.
Are they a video game inspired band?
No, they just like elevators.
Oh.
I think that's
Oh.
what it is. But you don't have the 13th floor because that's bad luck.
That is true.
So
So
we're
no level 13.
So they're
you
going
go
to
right
break up after album 12.
Right,
They're
no, they
putting
go
that
right to
back
14.
In the newer buildings, you have 13 again.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is
They
that
realized
what
that
that's
was stupid.
yeah.
Awesome.
Did anybody ever see that Faces of Death where the guy tried to bungee cord out of a building, but he forgot to accommodate for that, so he died?
No.
Yeah.
They also
Really?
The Malkovich floor.
What?
What?
What was that?
You ever saw Being John Malkovich?
No.
I really
It looked
that
awful.
was great.
That movie Really? It was good?
No, it was
It's
really
that
good.
British
Great.
name, right? Level 42. Isn't that from the elevator?
You're thinking of
company?
Front 242.
Oh well, yeah. So
Oh yeah, I heard of that band.
Right.
I don't know.
And there's Level 42. They were that
Is it?
British band.
I don't know.
So, did anybody happen to listen to Last Chance to Reason?
Yes.
I gave it a
okay.
spin. I was
Yeah.
trying to get prepared.
Okay,
I
so
get,
let's hear your thoughts. What you heard?
I mean, I thought it was proficiently done, but it's of that school of metal that I just can't get into.
It's too technical from my
It's like,
taste.
let me show off what I can do.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's-
writing a song.
It's just very clinical sounding. I liked that the vocals at least weren't on the emo screamo type,
True.
and they were a little bit different, But I personally can't relate to that school of
No.
metal.
I am not a fan of technical metal or almost any music at all.
You know, like
I'm not a fan of any music.
yeah, you hate music. How about you, Matt? You don't like it either?
I co-sign what they say. Well, I do like technical music, but I need to hear a song though. Like it needs to sound like a song of some kind. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the technical death metal and technical thrash bands when they came out, it was like a riff you could latch onto. Whereas
Right.
this just sounds like.
That's the problem I
Yeah, it's
have
like,
with like a lot of these bands.
What's
yeah.
going on here?
I mean, I think I love good musicianship. Like I'm a huge,
yeah.
I'm a huge Voivod fan. And I think there's a lot of punk and hardcore bands like who played well, like English Dogs, or like really proficient players, but it wasn't wanking, it was for the song.
Yes. And you of course
Can
played
I
in
ask a
technical-
question?
You're like, wait,
Yes.
Can I
you're
ask
like,
a
wait,
question?
for a while.
yes, sir.
And this is really completely off topic because he mentioned Voivod. You know that because Jeff Hanneman died, right?
Right.
Big controversy. Should Slayer continue because Jeff Hanneman died? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Yes.
You think so?
I think no.
Yes. But they should have Lombardo back in the band first.
Yeah, I think if it's not
It
with
can't be-
Lombardo,
it just
then
can't-
forget it.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the linchpin. Whether Lombardo.
Yeah,
is
if Lombardo comes back, yes. And I'd like to see Gary Holt continue in
Yeah,
that
'cause,
spot.
I
Because
think
Gary Holt's
Gary-
fucking pretty incredible.
Gary's awesome.
Just like when we talk about Pantera, I think that if they wanted to have Zach Wilde come in and do that, I think I could be okay with that.
in the beginning, I was like, oh, you know, it's not going to be the same. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? When Cliff Burton died, Metallica continued, and it was fine. And because you said Voivod was the one band that I was like, if any member of this band ever left,
but Piggy,
they would
and it was
never
so-
ever
yeah.
be the same again. You could not have Voivod without those four guys.
But they did.
And they did.
And
So and I guess that proves to me that, like, yeah, I guess you can continue without, you know, one of your members. I mean, and fuck, Piggy wrote like everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he was one of the most unique guitar players of all
I mean,
time.
Voivod's like one of the greatest bands ever.
They had
Yeah.
AC/DC without Bon Scott.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
You
not
know?
that they were better, but
No, but I mean,
they were equally as good.
Yeah.
You know, at least the first two albums
Yeah.
after Bon Scott.
They had Milli Vanilli without Millie.
Yeah.
Well, and then on
They
another,
had Millie Vanilli without Millie or Vanilli because neither one of them were really big
well,
singers.
on a different part, what if you have a really important person like Thin Lizzy is touring now, and it's like,
No, they're called Black
Black
what are they,
Star Rising or something?
Black Star Riders.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
but it was
Okay.
called Thin Lizzy. for
Yeah,
a
They
long
yeah,
time.
changed,
they
they
did
changed
tour.
it to Black Star
Yeah.
Riders.
Because I just feel like without Phil, it's like, what's the point?
They sound pretty good
They
though.
do
right?
sound exactly
Yeah.
like Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, but I just wonder how much of that is like necessary. It almost feels blasphemous to like
Yeah.
do
So,
something.
you know, well, after the Leonard Skinner plane crash and those guys reformed, they called the band, it was like Collins Rosingworth Band or something like that.
Right.
Because they just didn't feel right doing Leonard Skinner at that
Rosington
time.
Collins band.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that? I didn't realize that was them.
That was all the surviving members of Leonard
Yeah.
Skinner.
I didn't realize
And
that.
they just didn't feel right calling themselves Leonard Skinner at that time and kind
Do
of capitalizing on
do you
that
think
shit.
it's that is just to do that?
And
So,
that,
like,
if you want, in a sense, yes, because it's not the same, you know.
yeah, I agree. I think I just feel like it's wrong to.
But in sense, like you said, like AC/DC, Voivod, Metallica, you know, it carries on and carries
Yeah.
on well.
But then it'll lose like a key. Like if you're a singer, like Thin Lizzy was.
Yeah, but
him.
AC/DC.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bon Scott. Bon
was
Scott
like-
was amazing.
Yeah.
He was amazing. Those AC
Right?
albums,
But still, Brian
but
Johnson came in there and
Back
and
in
he
Black
did
is
his
a
shit.
great album.
Yeah.
For those about to rock, I mean, it's a great album. You
It's
know,
fun.
it's
I always
amazing.
think of-
I mean, it's probably a rarity that this would ever happen.
Right, right.
But sometimes it does.
So,
you know?
so what is your vote then on this? What's your Slayer vote?
My Slayer vote is I stopped really enjoying Slayer after Rain and Blood. So
Okay, so
if they want to continue, keep going. It
Yeah,
doesn't really matter to
I
me.
mean, I actually enjoyed Christ Delusion, and I didn't mind
It's-
World
you know
Painted
what?
Blood as long as
like
Lombardo
Actually, no, I liked
is
it.
in
God
there.
Hates Us All. I thought was a good album.
yeah, you can't.
Oh,
put-
yeah.
That was a good album.
That's so
I liked
Slipknotty though.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nah.
I didn't.
Even they admit it. Like
What's
Kerry
that?
King totally admits he was
Which
expired
that?
last of God Hates Us All.
Yeah.
like
It's
it.
he bought a
liked it.
7
Anything
string.
like
he
Christ
announced,
Illusion
yeah.
was an okay album, but it didn't stand out.
No.
No, it was like, yep, this is Slayer doing what
But
Slayer
it was
does.
I actually really liked the hardcore cover album.
Oh yeah,
I
that-
thought Undisputed
Yeah, that's cool.
Attitude had great
but
moments.
that doesn't really count. I mean,
No,
a
no, it's
band
not
song.
like a Slayer album.
Yeah, but you
And
know,
Paul Bostaff is a great drummer, and it was strange to me that like in Forbidden he did so many cool like kind of unorthodox type of styles, but in Slayer
It was the whole
Yeah, that's him
back.
on a straight check.
just
Like,
very
his style.
very dry, you know. And Dave Lombardo's a very straightforward drummer, but he still had flourishes that were really interesting, and that just wasn't there, you know. And he's not in.
So on Last Chance to Reason, I think I'm the only person here that actually I think I really liked it. I find it like I know I think my musical taste completely changed, but I found it like spacey prog. It had like this this thing to it, and I didn't mind it. It didn't make me sleepy like most prog does. That's just me. I'm gonna stand up, but
prog rock. I enjoy it. Like Yes and.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hate that.
70s prog.
I hate it.
Say
Yes,
no,
Rush,
no.
can't stand it.
Well, Rush is kind of like.
Yeah, I'm not really
masturbatory
rushing
rock.
about it, but Jethro Tull, yes,
No, I don't like that.
Captain Beyond. You know, when I toured with King Diamond, you know, King Diamond doesn't listen to anything new, and you know, and they were always listening to like Thin Lizzy and stuff, and he was like, "Have you heard Captain Beyond?" I was like, Captain Beefheart? It's like, no, Captain Beyond, and I heard it, and like you can hear the makings of like Merciful Fate and that stuff, because I think that's what made Fate a cool band is they still had those leanings of the little prog elements of like the Priest had, and you know, and then Captain Beyond, and I that's, you know, I love that type of music, you know. I
Well,
love
that's-
the old Fate.
And that's the key word, music. I think one of the problems with a lot of like Rush will they're too busy trying to show off their talents rather than write a
I like Russ.
song. I don't know. I really, like subdivisions and like the hits to me are like awesome songs, but the rest of the stuff just bores me.
I'm
because
considering
it's
murdering
like,
you right now.
Yeah.
you can, it's fine.
Sweet, that's the only
What about
concert-
songs about trees?
Mhm.
I like songs about trees.
Such as.
Trees.
That was the only concert I
Time's
ever
up.
actually.
Stop talking.
So I think this is what we have on. So anything else on Last Chance to Reason?
Don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
like. I don't like their look. They're
Thumbs
too
down.
clean cut. And when the vocal in the video, the vocalist, he looks like he's an Abercrombie model. He's like doing the kind of. And
All right.
I couldn't take him seriously.
That's your Last Chance to Reason.
Couldn't take him
One
seriously.
question. Do you like Dream Theater?
Oh God, no, Jeff, come back to us. It's okay, Jeff.
I don't know. I've heard some songs,
Hey.
but I don't know if I like them.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Okay.
No, good question.
I don't.